Go ahead, caller.
Hey, Chad, what's up, man? It's Craig.
Hey, what's up, brother? How you doing?
I'm good, and you?
Hey, we're just here chilling. What you got, bro? What you got, man?
I know you ain't want to say it, but I'm going to go ahead and say it. Wilder got proof. We just got to wait for the documentary.
Oh, shit. Oh, man. Oh, man. Well, I wasn't expecting that.
Man, that's all I got for you, man.
Okay. All right. God damn.
If you think your child may have autism, early action matters. Action Behavior Centers offers.
Oh, my God, man. That was crazy. Hello?
To accept, press 1. To send.
Yeah, you there? Hello?
Hey, man, I'm calling back, man. Why you acting like I'm a part of Claressa Shields' camp, man? I'm not a part of her camp.
Well, go ahead and tell us. We don't know what you are. That's what we all speculating, trying to figure out who you are. There's people who are doing some research. Nobody can figure it out. We just know you sound close to the source. Like you got the answers over there, man. And we're just trying to figure out who is this person who can speak so intelligently about everything going on with Claressa's team, with the deal. Is the way you broke it down, we're all here trying to figure it out. Like, damn, was the Claressa Shields with the voice modified? Was that the brother? Somebody from Win Records? Everyone on the channel trying to figure it out. And then some saying, no, he just a fan.
I'm going to just say people talk, but yeah, I'm not with the camp or none of that.
Yeah, but some people said, you're just probably a fan who keeps up with boxing, and you just hear...
All right, what you want to know, though?
About... Well, what about you or just about...
Interest? No, what is this conflict of interest with Salida you talking about?
Okay, the conflict of interest is where we were trying to make sense of, like you said, you got Demetrius Salida as a promoter, and then you have Win Records, and how Win Records is working with Claressa, which it sounds like that's something that shouldn't be an issue, but how it could be a conflict of interest because you got another person who signed to Demetrius Salida who's not getting that attention and getting the same promotion. And that's what we were sitting here trying to sort that out. Say that shit could be a conflict of interest because you got all these people signed to Demetrius Salida, but they're not getting the same thing. But at the same time, we were saying, you know what? If they want that treatment, kind of like what you were saying, maybe they should sign to Win Records too. That way, everything's the same across the board. Then we were also talking about it almost doesn't make sense. If you're a promoter, you should want to promote both of your fighters the same way to make it the biggest event possible. So we're just sitting here just having a conversation and dialoguing. So go ahead and break that down for us because to me, I'd want the biggest event possible. Both of my fighters to look, like monsters when I'm promoting them, not just one person.
The event was big, wasn't it?
What's that?
The event was big, wasn't it?
I don't know if it was big, man. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't there. I'm looking at images. I'm listening to what people are saying. I can trust what they say, but I can't verify it. I think you said you were there, right?
Oh, yeah, I was in the building, yeah. 17,000 plus.
So go ahead and break down that conflict of interest thing, man. Why it would not be a conflict of interest.
It's what every promoter do, man. Like, come on now. If
every promoter does what?
Promoter that signs somebody, any promoter that signs somebody always say that, oh, you sign with me, like Eddie Hearn. You sign with me, you get an Anthony Joshua fight. Don't mean you're going to get the same promotion as Anthony Joshua. You want to know why? Because you could get all the promotion you want from Eddie Hearn. Don't mean Under Armour going to promote you. No, that's Anthony Joshua. You think Under Armour going to promote whoever signed Eddie Hearn? No. Under Armour signed Anthony Joshua, so I don't see what's the difference with Salida and Win Records.
Why wouldn't? But help me understand this, right? Because if you're close to the source, why wouldn't Demetrius Salida want to push and promote Franchon the same as Claressa, even though Win Records has the deal with Claressa as well?
He did. Well, how didn't he?
Why wasn't Franchon wearing the furs and rolling in the vehicles and all that?
That has not. That's all Claressa her money. Like that's what she want to do. Like what you want her to buy? You want her to buy Franchon some furs or something?
No, but when you came on, you said all the extra stuff you saw with Claressa, with the cars and everything, that was Win Records.
Yeah, that's her and part of Win Records. Yeah.
So that was her money.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with Salida. Like.
So that was her paying. She was paying her own money for that.
Like Under Armour, like you could sign to Eddie Hearn. If Under Armour decided to put Anthony Joshua in, let's say a fur Under Armour fur, like you think Dillian White gonna get an Under Armour fur too? No, they only gonna promote Anthony Joshua. You think they gonna put him in commercials and all that too? No, they only gonna do Anthony Joshua. Why? Because Anthony Joshua is signed with him.
I hear that. So Claressa was paying for her own stuff, and that's what you're saying. It's not Win Records. It was they were putting money behind some of the promotion, but a lot of that was her paying her own money.
Even if let's just say Win Records did it too. Even if it was Win Records did not sign what's her name? Franchon. She's not signed to Win Records. She signed to Salida, and Salida gave Claressa and Franchon the same amount of promo. Like you didn't really see Salida promoing Claressa any more than he did Franchon. When he was in the interviews talking, he was bigging up Franchon the same way he was bigging up Claressa. Like it was no different.
So Franchon being frustrated. Boxing business. Salida, let me see something here. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. I can't come and disclose all that bullshit right there, man, right? I'm not going to do that. I'll let the individual come and talk about that. But it just seemed to me like, as a promoter, why would you sit there and have two people, a big fight about to happen, and, you sit back and say, okay, I'm going to promote both of y'all the same, but for this person here, I'm going to allow them to go and really push them even harder because they have a deal. See, that whole thing doesn't make sense to me, man. At all.
Listen to what you're saying. Like the extra, you think it's extra promotion from one side. It's not. What other deals do Franchon have besides Salida? Is she signed to anything? Like, do she got anything else that's helping her marketing or anything?
I don't know. I reached out to her. She didn't. I reached out to her. She didn't say much. She didn't say much. I did reach out to her to try to find out a bit more about it and everything that we talked about in conflict of interest and stuff. And she didn't really say much. She didn't really say much.
Did you ask her about her purse to reveal you the purse?
Yeah, we talked and she heard some of it. She heard the conversation between us and how I was understanding some of you were saying, some things I wasn't understanding. Everything I sent it to her, but she didn't really say much to me, man. And I'm like, well, call in because we want to hear from you.
That's all it is.
But she didn't really say nothing, and I was like, damn. Maybe that's what we were talking to him. Like maybe there's something else going on out there that we don't know about, and she can't talk about it. And I don't know. So we're sitting here just trying to sort things out. But we don't have all the answers, man. We just having a conversation.
If anything, the only thing she's trying to do is sue for the little commotion thing that's going on. Like that, if anything. And
you said the promotion
with Claressa or
the little brawl that took place.
That's the sound of an American oil company hard at work. Want to be a part of it? Listen up.
Hello, my name is Adam Ferrari.
Yeah, she disgruntled. That's all it is. That's why she's not getting a third fight. She think Claressa gonna go down and beat Sedation and then fight her for a third fight. No, she's not getting another fight.
So is she still with Demetrius Salida, or you don't know?
I don't know what's going on with her contract. Like I said, I don't know none of this. I'm not. That's something you got to ask her. I don't know if it was a one off or what. Like I said, what Salida do is Like I said before, I don't agree with what he doing, his type of signing and all. You see what Jarrell Miller went through.
Yeah, I heard him talk about it, man. I heard him talk.
But I can't even blame Salita because he's not even the only promoter that does this. All promoters do this.
They do what? How many people are in a deal like Claressa Shields, where they have a promoter, then they have somebody from a records company who actually have them signed as well?
Floyd Mayweather had the same deal.
With who? Like Jay Prince and Bob Arum?
And Bob Arum, yep. That's why he looked at one-sided with Floyd too. It looked at like he was the only one. It looked like Floyd was fighting himself.
Then he ended up getting out. Yeah, so Jay Prince came in. So yeah, Bob Arum. It's not like Bob Arum saved Floyd Mayweather's ass and bought him out of that contract with Jay Prince. And then he was with Bob Arum for a while. Then Bob Arum wasn't promoting him the way he was doing De La Hoya. And then Floyd Mayweather went on and did his own thing. But I do remember that.
Jay Prince came after Bob Arum.
But Bob Arum saved Floyd Mayweather from Jay Prince by paying something off, some debt or the contract. There was some money that was owed. And Bob Arum, according to him, he ended up having to pay Jay Prince. That way Floyd was free of having any obligation to Jay Prince.
Yeah, I really don't. You might be right. I really don't know too much of what's going on with that. That was just he said. I heard.
I'm pretty sure because I watched the damn Bob Arum in several interviews and read articles, but I heard him say that. But I know that Floyd
I don't get why people don't understand what's going on with the. Like, they want to make it seem like that she got any type of more promotion than Franchon. No, that's, like I keep on explaining, that's part of her promotion company. That don't have nothing to do with Salita. Salita was, go to every interview, Salita was talking about her and Franchon. He'll lead, if you pay attention, he'll lead off with talking about Franchon and talk about Claressa second.
So Claressa has her own promotional company, right?
Yeah. Matter of fact, she got two. She got Claressa Promotions, and she signed to Win Records.
So Claressa is dealing with Demetrius Salita Promotions. Claressa Shields has her own promotional company. Then she has Win Records. Now I'm going to make the assumption that she formed her own promotional company for a tax write-off. Just smart business. Is that the case?
She got a couple fighters. She got Danielle Perkins, a couple other fighters.
She got some other fighters. Yeah, I know there's someone else she had signed. I read that. I can't remember the name.
Yeah, got about 2-3 fighters.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make sense of it. I understood what you said the other night, but we're sitting here just trying to. I'm still, man. I just don't understand.
No, I know it's being one-sided. A lot of people want, but it's just logic. Like, if I'm Win Records, I'm not promoting. I'm not doing anything with Franchon. I don't even want her to stand next to a Win Records sign. She lucky they allowed her to do that. And they was pumping her up a little bit too. She got free promotion. But I know I can't go to Burger King and ask them to promote me, give me free promo. I'm not signing to Burger King. Nobody do free promo. But they want her to do free promo. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on with that.
Yeah, I'm listening to you, man, and I want to push back on some things, but I really don't. No, what I'm sitting here, I really don't know enough. You know what I'm saying? To really come and push back, except to say, like, maybe with the second fight and third fight, we'll see the same thing, and then we'll be like, okay, this is what it is. You know, these people assigned it to whoever's coming to fight Claressa. It's not a personal thing. It's just, look, she's with Win Records, and
why everybody acting like that push? Like, and when Claressa said that, she said, "Oh yeah, she knew I was going to push her." That didn't mean like they rehearsed the push. It meant like, if you push me, you know, I mean, if you get all in my face and bump me all that, you know, I'm gonna push you.
Right. No,
That doesn't mean,
I
like,
took
if
it.
you
I took
hurt.
it both ways. One,
Like,
like
it's a
it
figure
looked
of
like.
speech.
Yeah, I took it both ways. Like, damn, it sounded rehearsed, but then she said, "Hey, if you get in my face, you already know how I'm gonna react." What about the small ring? What about the
That's why
small
I said,
ring?
I don't know why Franchon trying to run with that. Like, oh, she said I knew I was going to get pushed. Like, man, come on, man. You know it was a figure of speech.
Is this Terence Crawford?
Nah.
Because I got Terence Crawford, one of my favorite fighters.
Nah.
Well, anyway, if you know Terence Crawford, tell him I like to fish too. I got 4 sons. He got a bunch of kids and boys, and I like to see what he's doing with his kids because I do the same thing with mine, man. But the other thing, the small ring, man. What's up with that small ring? That sound like Franchon didn't know they were gonna try to go with a smaller ring. Sound like that was all done behind the back.
Man, if anything, that should have benefited her.
Franchon, because her fighting
Can't
style,
speak
right?
too much on that. Can't speak too much on that, but they change the ring all the time. Male, female, all the time. But if anything, yeah, Franchon, she the aggressor, right? She the aggressor type fighter.
Yeah. You know,
If anything, you want.
I thought it would benefit her too. I say, yo, that's a smaller ring, but that's not what happened.
When stuff don't go your way, like, you know what I'm saying, you tend to cry about things that you thought was gonna benefit you. And she just a big old crybaby, man. You need, when you talk to her, ask her to show the purse. Like, come on, I'm not going. I'll sign the NDA, whatever. Like, she won't reveal that. She's a liar. And once people start breaking down her lies, and they gonna be like, oh yeah, she's a big old liar.
That's interesting what you said, man. Now, last time we talked, you did say that fight purse was the biggest fight purse that Franchon made. Isn't that what you said? Or am I getting that wrong?
Yes.
Whoa.
What's that?
I just built a budgeting app in Base 44.
Guys, Nina just built an app.
Impossible. Nina can't.
Okay. And I heard when you said that loud and clear, but I haven't been able to get any confirmation nothing from Franchon. She, you know, I said her the stuff. Yeah, I figure she can't say anything. I don't know.
She could reveal anything. I believe Claressa told her to reveal it too. Like, actually, she the one that's want to keep it disclosed. She can reveal anything she want to reveal.
Yeah.
It's only private because she wanted to be private.
I wonder why she ain't saying anything. That's curious, but
because she knows she a liar. She want to run with these narratives and all that. She know the people hate Claressa, so she want to run with these narratives and all this. But she just don't know that cost her a third fight if it was going to be a third fight.
So did she make over 6 figures, man? Or you don't know?
I don't know what she made. She know what she made.
So she made over 6 figures. So why? But I just don't understand. I see, this is what I'm telling you. This is why I sit here. You know, we have conversations on my channel. You know what I'm saying? Most of us, we just brainstorm and dialogue and have some fun with the conversation at the same time. We sit here trying.
I just ran into your channel and I heard some false stuff that was being said. But you know what I'm saying? I seen out a little this and that. I'm like, oh, see, he looked like if he was informed on certain information, and you know what I'm saying, he'd start speaking the truth. Like, I'll take you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I'll take you for that kind of a guy. Like,
I ain't with all the bullshit. That's why you see them things I have running across that screen is people calling, they give their opinions. But with me, I'll say, how you know that? How you get that? So I try to be I'm not a drama channel, but I have a sense of humor. I talk shit, we joke, but I'm not all about, you don't hear no N-word and all that craziness over here. That ain't my style. But we will have a conversation. Say, well, could it be this? Could it be that? Because we don't know, and we'll just brainstorm and dialogue. But when you called in, you provided some structure to our conversation, and that's what we were sitting here just trying to say. Yo, like, he came out of nowhere, but a lot of stuff he said made sense. And then we just started sitting back, starting to try to analyze it and say, well, maybe this is true, maybe it's not true.
Do you think Jay Paul gonna promote Claressa the way that he promoting sedation when they fight?
No, of course not.
Oh, exactly. So why? I don't see what's the difference with Will Records and
Well, because they both were underneath the same platform, man. Both under Demetrius Salita.
They're not. You thinking that because Salita and Wayne got a joint deal with Claressa.
Okay, so let's stop right there. Break that down. So Franchon's with Salita. Claressa's not with Salita.
No, Claressa with Salita.
Okay.
But you forgetting another part of the deal is Win. Like she's not only with Salita, she with Win and Salita. And when you talk about Franchon is only with Salita. She's not with Win and Salita.
Right. I'm tracking with you on that.
It's just like Keyshawn Davis. Keyshawn Davis is with who is he with? He with Eddie Hearn, I believe. Is he with Eddie Hearn?
He's supposed to be going with Eddie Hearn. I don't know if they signed the deal.
Eddie Hearn and Jay. He with Eddie Hearn and Jay Prince. All right. He with them too. Like they got a joint deal.
He's with Jay Prince too. Okay.
They don't have a deal.
No, I'm tracking with you now because I have forgot about the Floyd Mayweather being with Jay Prince. And then Jay Prince is heavily into boxing, been that way for years now. Jay Prince, man, he is part of boxing, you know what I mean? So I got to be real about that. You made a good point with that. I forgot about that all the way back to Mayweather.
And one thing they know how to do is promote stuff because they come from the music world.
Right. No, I'm tracking with you.
And I listen in, though. One thing that you said, though, that you had my words kind of twisted up when I said you have to be something with, like, controversial and all that. Like, that's all it takes for you to... And I didn't say that. I said you have to have a little bit of controversy.
No, I could play what you said. You didn't say...
Everybody has.
Yeah, and I didn't say you said... You only need controversy. I played your clip, and you said you need controversy, but you didn't say you only need controversy.
You can't name me five boxers that haven't had controversy outside the ring that was at the top of the game.
Crawford, Andre Ward.
Oh, that's
you. That was you. You ain't have all that drama, man.
Who?
You, Crawford.
I don't know what you talking about. They name a couple more because everybody else had outside. You know what I'm saying? Then we talking about women boxing is catty, like drama. Like this is what female boxing is. We know how females get. Like we can't hold the females the same standard as a man. And then I just seen Alicia Bumgarner. She got her ass out. She going to go see Cardi B. She got her ass out. She damn near got a thong on.
Oh, really?
And y'all talking about she the face of boxing?
I didn't see that, man. I ain't see that. But so, yeah, that's she got a butt out, huh? Well,
she got her ass out. She got a thong on with a see-through net over it. Just out.
Oh, damn. Well, we fair over here on this channel, so I'm sure when I get on the Twitter, I'm sure the pictures on that Twitter.
They promote Sedasia. They want Sedasia to be the next thing. They moving past Alicia. And what people don't realize is her last press conference, it seemed like they was avoiding the talk about Caroline. Like, why I don't hear reporters talking about Caroline to her? Is she requesting them not talk about Caroline?
I don't know, but I talk about Caroline over here, and we all know Caroline, man. She more than passes the eye test. She gets busy. But I felt...
I'm talking about the reporters with her. Like, she's running from... She don't want... Like, it's looking a little shaky, man.
Well, I mean, when I just think about Mayweather, right? They wanted Mayweather to fight Keith Thurman, Earl Spence. They wanted him to fight Terence Bud Crawford. And Mayweather was like, shit, I'm at the end of my career. I'm looking for big fights, and the sport of boxing ain't gonna retire me. I listened to what Alicia Baumgartner said, like she ain't looking for lateral accomplishments. She's looking to kind of go on to big fights. So the way I see it is like we talked the other day. I think they're trying to push her more towards Serrano. But
oh yeah, Serrano, yeah. Serrano gonna beat the brakes off of her. Let's be real.
You think Serrano gets Baumgartner?
Man, Serrano beat the brakes. Man, Alicia Baumgartner, she pumped up.
Okay.
Like she's good. That's why she's not moving up to really challenge herself. She's staying at that same weight class, not moving up. Like that's what people need to say. If you the face of boxing, move up. Like go fight people. Quit pushing this weight limit where it's nobody at. Everybody else moving up and down. Serrano moved up how many classes?
Yeah, she moved up, I think, 3 weight divisions. Eight.
Claressa moving up and down.
7, 8.
Like, why Alicia the only one that's not moving up and down?
Well, that's an interesting perspective that you just dropped on us. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because Claressa did. Yeah, but Claressa did. She did start fighting at a certain weight, then went down, then started going up. So, that's just, those are the facts. And she looking to come down again. Although she did, the only thing about Claressa going up in weight is she came and said that she knew she could beat them girls, you know what I mean? And she didn't have to get in her bag and be all skillful. She could just basically beat their asses, street fight them. So when she said that told me, she just out here, I don't know how much credit I can give her for all those wins. Even though she beat champions, she deserves credit. But when you say, I already knew I could beat them, that tells me that you went in not expecting drama, you expected dominance. And for me, it's hard for me to give you full credit for those wins. But you're right, she did do that, up and down weights. Baumgartner, I don't believe she's done that yet.
What's wrong with having confidence in yourself and saying you could beat somebody? So you get discredited for that?
Not at all. It's when she said she knew she could just go and beat everybody. She didn't have to have any skill because she knew them girls basically were bums. When she said that during the press conference, I was like, she just said too much. She should have just left it alone. But it came across to me like they looked at the canvas out there and they said, yo, these are really easy fights. We can go out here and get this hardware, become champions in multiple weight divisions, undisputed in several of them. Because these women aren't nowhere near your level. These are easy fights. However, if you go down and drop down, at the time, maybe she could have still got down to 147, 154. But Claressa's a big girl. Maybe that's where the drama was. And she, instead of going for the drama, she went for the dominance.
If that was the case, I mean, she wouldn't be trying to catch weight these girls. Like it's only so far you could go down. They trying to drain her so much. She's so weak that she lose the fight.
No, I agree.
You just breathe on her and she just fall in the ring.
I do agree that 163, 160 is probably the lowest she should go. You start getting 154, 147. Shit's not healthy. She ain't 21, 22 no more. She's 30. She's a woman. Their body holds fat differently. And I'm not saying she's fat. She looked really good for Franchon, but to think Claressa can get down to 147, I just think that's ridiculous.
We need to pump for these girls to go up, especially Alicia. Like go up, like move up. Stop staying at 130. Move up. The Serrano fight not there right now. You saying Caroline, a little pup, go on and knock her off real quick. And with Sedasha, as Sedasha knew that Claressa couldn't fight her next, and she had a fight and she fought Franchon because of her little injury or whatever. Why wouldn't she? Why wouldn't she wait? Why would she take a fight? They could be in negotiation right now to fight. Why is she waiting?
Who? Sedasha?
Not waiting. Why would she try to fight Lonnie?
You know what I thought when I heard the fight was being announced? It was Lonnie. I said, okay, this sounded to me like this is going to be the measuring stick. If Sedasha can get in there and destroy Lonnie quicker, well, Claressa went the distance, but she can knock her out. That's going to get everybody talking to build up the fight for Claressa and Sedasha. That's how I saw it. That's how I saw it.
If that's the case, she should have took on Danielle Perkins. Let's see you knock her out.
Well, let's hold the horses and not take it to the stupid. Now we all know Danielle Perkins right now is not the same fighter she was when she fought Claressa. But at the same, man, Perkins got better, man. You know Perkins got way better.
No, that's what happens when you fight a good person. You sharpen up your skills more. Like when Jordan play against other people, they look like shit. When they play against each other, they look like oh shit, that was Gary Payton, that's Carl Malone. Man, Jordan was making them look like shit.
Yeah, he was killing their ass.
They really ain't get that much better. They was just going against Jordan.
But no, I hear you on that, man. You know, although I like Shadesha, you know, I got to be fair. It would be interesting to see her and Perkins scrap. That would be interesting. But at the same time, I look at where Shadesha is in her career. You know, she's a main event fighter. You know, a co-main event. So she's been moved up the ladder, kind of beyond what Perkins is. So Shadesha looking for big fights now. So I can understand the decision making, and it's boxing. So I've seen a lot of people. They'll line up certain fights that's a bit more, I think, winnable. And also,
the people a treat.
You know, I understand how boxing works. So I get it, man. But yeah, that's an interesting point. But that shit is interesting. So what do you think is going to happen? Do you think Claressa going to fight Shadesha? It sounds like Claressa don't want to fight Shadesha, man.
She for sure wanted to fight her. But the thing is, if you knew Claressa wanted to fight you next, she already had the map out. She told y'all the plan. Why are you trying to hurry up and fight somebody else? Why not just wait? Can anybody, is that what excuse is that? If Claressa was doing the same thing, y'all say she ducking. Now, would Claressa be wrong to go fight Mayer? Because today she got a fight in 2 months. Would she be wrong and then push that off to later on down the year? Or now Claressa got to wait on Shadesha?
No, it makes sense. It makes sense for Claressa to because she has this contract, she's got to fulfill it. Sounds like she has plans for next year, family. Who knows how it's gonna work out with all that shit, right? But she gotta stay active. So if Shadesha is fighting in April, Claressa just fought. What is it, Feb? You figure that's 2 months. April and May, June, July, August. That's a lot of inactivity for Claressa Shields. With what she has planned, twice a year is not that bad for someone in her position. But with what she has planned, she wants to have 3 fights. Maybe fight Michaela Mayer, and then at the end of the year, she fights Shadesha Green. I mean, that's how I saw it, but I mean, I don't know. But I do understand. I understand. I'm tracking with you.
Man,
I'm tracking with you.
We wanted the hard fight now because it makes sense. You come from heavier weight, then you move down to 168, then you could go down even smaller to fight Mayer. Like, Shadesha messed up the plans, and then if you look on the interview with Alicia Baumgartner, she got more confidence than Shadesha.
No, I even said that.
Talking for her.
Yeah, myself and the people on the channel, we said that. I said it would make sense to come down, stop at 168, fight Shadesha, win, lose, draw, and then rematch, trilogy, or if she wins, then go down and fight Mayer. Or, fight Franchon against. It makes sense to go down, stop, then go down again, not go all the way down and come back up. We did say that over here.
She didn't even have an opponent after the fight when Claressa beat Franchon. Why? She didn't even have an opponent. She just hurried up and announced the date because she didn't want to fight.
You say Shadesha didn't want to fight?
Man, no, she didn't want to fight. They got the new ESPN deal. Yeah. Like, after she loses to Claressa, it's a wrap. Like, come on now. You know what's going on. She loses to her, it's like, now what?
Everybody needs to win. Claressa needs to win. Shadesha needs to win with everything everybody has in place. That's true. Everybody needs to win. Everybody needs to win.
Oh, yeah. We in Michigan, we definitely breed goals, so you ain't got to worry about the winning. It's going to keep on happening. You see from Mayweather. I keep telling you, she the female Mayweather. I heard you say she not, but
She ain't. I mean, how you figure she the female Mayweather, man? Just you tell me how you see it that way.
she gonna sell the most female tickets. She got the most eyes on her. Nobody's, even when she done, the female's not gonna compare. You know what they gotta do? What I just heard Serrano saying. Serrano talking about she don't want to be main event no more. No, your last fight was poop out there in Puerto Rico. Nobody was watching. You can't do a card by yourself.
She trying to get to what, 50 fights?
You want to file free? Hit it.
She trying to beat the knockout record.
Yeah, I know she said something about that.
They not selling like that. All these so-called faces, they not selling like that, man. We know the only person in female boxing that's selling that don't need everybody piled up, 3 different so-called faces of female boxing on the same card as Claressa. That's it. We only seen it with Floyd. No matter who he fight, it's a big fight. Just like Claressa, no matter who she fight, it's a big fight. Like people gonna keep hating to after her career, and then they gonna be like, damn. I mean, she did fight champions. I mean, she didn't have knockout power. Well, you don't see no female running through her. She actually do got knockout power. If you sit there and you watch, it's just when you fight high competition, you're not finna knock them out. She's not fighting pushovers like the Deja and all these people to build their record up. She came in the gate fighting good people.
Let me ask you a question. When Claressa retires, right? You think Claressa will do like Bud Crawford and just not return to the ring, or you think Claressa may, if she doesn't feel satisfied, do you think Claressa feels satisfied with what she's done so far, or she's still hungry? Because Bud seemed like he was satisfied, but
the way y'all gonna push her to retire early, and y'all gonna be mad. That's all y'all gonna do. The thing that's wrong with the boxing community, instead of embracing the GOATs, y'all beat them down and push them out the sport.
Okay. You said y'all. You talking about just what we're hearing here talk about Claressa, because she gets her credit. We all say
she don't.
She gets her credit, man.
They can say whatever they want outside the ring stuff. That's what females gonna do. I'm talking about inside the ring and the boxing people and all that. Nobody give her credit. They keep talking about knockouts. They not talking about ass whoopings.
But knockouts matter, don't they?
No. If that's the case, Deontay Wilder is the best boxer ever.
No, I'm not saying you need knockouts to be the face of anything.
No.
I'm not saying that.
Knockouts matter though, right?
Yeah, they do matter. Yeah, they matter. But I'm not saying you need to have knockouts to be the face of anything.
So knockouts matter more than wins?
No, I didn't say that. I just said knockouts matter. Knockouts matter, man.
Okay.
When you look at when you look at a fighter and the whole person concept, of course we talked about it the last time, marketability. We talk about fighting. You want to look at speed, defense. You want to look at them being able to make adjustments, conditioning, power, counterpunching, everything. You know, there's so many different styles of boxing. I mean, you know that firsthand. But I do believe the knockout. If you got that power point, you got that power. It puts you in a category all by yourself. There's just not a lot of people who can really do that. And when you have someone like Claressa, she's great. You can't take nothing away from her as a fighter. We were talking about it today. I always say you got to favor her in any fight. She's never been beaten. She's unpredictable. You got to favor her. I do think Shadesha may have the kryptonite, but you still got to go into the fight. You got to favor somebody like Claressa. But if she had the power, that'd put in a whole nother category, man. A whole nother category. because she got speed, explosiveness, conditioning. She's got it. She's got it, man. But the power, ain't nobody necessarily walking through her now, but she ain't necessarily, gonna come in and knock nobody out. I mean, these 3 KOs and shit, you know what I'm saying? I mean, Amir Khan was knocking people out left and right, and that speed, had the speed, explosiveness, and everything like her. To me, she's kind of the male version,
when they
the
fight
female version of Khan.
what happened?
For who, someone like Khan? Or you just talking
When
to
they
Joe?
fight high competition, what happened?
Well, he handled his business for most of the time, but he did run into somebody like a Terence Crawford, who put the bing-bings on him and shit. He ran into Danny Garcia, who just happened to time and throw the no-look left hook.
I get it. I know what Claressa should do. She shouldn't fight nobody that y'all talk about, and she should just go fight a whole bunch of people and knock them out.
Well, this is the thing,
People.
Claressa don't have, outside of Shadesha Green, she have nobody else to fight. Really?
Mayor.
Well, Mayor. But after that, I mean, so let me ask you something. You think Mayor is a more difficult fight than Shadesha?
All of them easy.
You think they're all easy, huh?
Yeah, all of them.
I think Shadesha a more difficult fight, man. But my concern with Shadesha would be the gas tank. I think if she gasses out, it's going to be all over. But if she has an expanded gas tank, which is necessary in them high-level fights, it's important in every goddamn fight, but especially you go get them with Claressa Shields. You need to have an expanded gas tank. Now, Michaela Mir, she's got skills. She can box, go to the body, go upstairs, pivot. She does everything. But I just think Claressa will just get in there and she's too intense, too powerful. She just brings too much tenacity in the ring. You know what I'm saying? But for me, the fight to make is her and Shadesha.
She the only person that could get a lucky punch. I mean, people want to see it because they like, oh, she got a lot of knockouts. Like she could probably clip Claressa. That's what everybody thinking. That's the only hope. It's like she's our only hope. Mayor not a good what's the name, because we don't think Mayor gonna knock her out, and we know Claressa beat everybody, just fuck them up. So if the only hope that we got is you could clip her. That's why people keep saying Hannah. Like, come on, man, you talking about a drug cheat, man. And then her excuse is I breed dogs. Like, come on, man. She knocked her down and got beat every round. There wasn't no hope for her. Where's all this hope coming from? What people think gonna happen if they was to fight again? She tried to fight her again. It ain't like she said, oh no, I wouldn't fight her again. She tried to fight her again.
I know they tried to make that fight a couple of times, and I understand. I just understand from Hannah's side, everything she said, and the weight and everything, and the timing, and man, to make a fight, everything, the shit got to line up. You know what I'm saying? But that's true. They did try to make the fight. They tried to have the rematch. That's where they had the issue with the testing. Hannah explained that, and then they tried to make it another time. There was an issue with just timing and weight. I think Claressa wanted that heavyweight, and it just wasn't feasible. But
owning my own business means
we have talked about that, and Hannah even came on the channel and talked about that. She addressed everything on the channel. So yeah, there's truth. Yeah, that is true.
So if you had a three fight deal with Claressa, who you putting her against?
A 3-fight deal? Okay, yeah, I'll tell you right now, because we talked about that, man. So for these remaining 3 fights, that's what you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, she should fight. I know Hannah Gabriels isn't fighting right now, so that can't happen. But that would be Shadesha Green, maybe Michaela Mir, and Savannah Marshall rematch. I said, because outside of that, there's nobody there. I mean, we always talk about going down in weight, but I'm like, it doesn't make sense for her to go and, I mean, Alicia Baumgartner and them girls, they ain't coming up to 154, you know what I'm saying? Back when Claressa may have been able to make 147, the fight didn't happen.
Man, her career
yeah.
over with, man.
I'm just talking, okay, but let's be real, outside of Shadesha and Mir, Who's there?
Exactly. That's why after the mayor fight, she's gonna take like a year and a half off. Go do what she do, and then I mean, women boxing should elevate, right? Because you got the faces of boxing still that's gonna be boxing. They should elevate the sport. We gonna see the sport going to decline, but you gonna have some more people fighting each other. You gonna have some more fighters rise to the top, and that's where she gonna get them other fighters to fight.
Yeah, that's funny because we were joking. We were like, for Claressa Shields, after Mayor and Shadesha Green, she may have to fight a kangaroo monkey, a Thurman, a Rolly. You know, like she may have to do something like fight a man, do some old crazy ass wrestle a crocodile. She had to do something like that because there's really nothing out there. It's like what Layla Ali talked about. They just ran out of competition, and Claressa sounds like if she can get through Shadesha and through Mayor, then she would have ran out of competition. It's nothing else. There really is nothing there.
It's going to be some competition there. That's going somebody else going to eventually do something. Like, you know what I'm saying? When she go a year and a half, that should be enough time for somebody to build a name up, right? Probably like, she probably a Shadesha rematch. Shadesha didn't got beat by Claressa, but she's beating all these other girls. It's been two years. She didn't got better. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like something like that. You know, never know. She might beat her up 2 times.
Yeah, you don't know, man. You like fishing?
Don't we all?
I know your ass like fishing, man. You ain't slick. Hey, so yeah, man. I really appreciate you calling in and offering your insight because you know I still ain't quite sure about that goddamn Demetrius Salita and all, but I'm tracking with what you're saying about Win Records. I guess because I'm looking at with me and my background, I gotta just disengage from me and my background, being a retired military guy and having a team that I was responsible for. Up to 1,000 people, directly, indirectly, I was responsible for. You know, so that's where I pull from. And I'm like, there's no way in the world I could have a bunch of subordinates under me that look at me and feel like I'm showing favoritism to somebody. Because my credibility goes out the window. I can't lead, I can't develop, I don't have any respect. And eventually, I get removed from that position, alleviated from my position. So I apply that. That's my mentality when I look at this. And it's like, well, shit, if this was the military, they'd get that dude up out of here. But at the same time, me disengaging from that, saying, okay, just understand you got him, he's a promoter, he has these two. He's going to take care of both of them, but there's the extra shit coming from Win Records. I just don't see how you can survive that way as a promoter doing it that way. But, you know, we'll see, man. With time, we'll see. The longer it goes on, and it'll make more sense. That's why we were talking about we'll know what's going on this time next year, a year from now. If it's working, if it's not working, if Papoose and everybody is genuinely there to build Claressa, everybody's in it, they're all trying to work and build her up. There's not opportunists. We were talking about that earlier. Yeah, let's see what happens in March of next year. Right now, we just got to sit back and wait and see how it all plays out. But that's where I come from because I just can't see no leader showing favoritism to somebody and everybody else sitting back saying they're okay with that. I've seen what happened, man. You know, you can't show favoritism in an organization. Your ass to be, y'all in the civilian sector, they call it human resources, and the military social actions. I never worked as a civilian, so I don't know. But yeah, you can't do that shit.
I get what you're saying. Yeah. I get what you're saying.
You can't do that shit. But yeah, all right.
But, the thing is though, it wasn't with that situation. It wasn't like all that extra promotion that people looking at it. It has nothing to do with Salita. Nothing to do with it. I know it's hard to differentiate the two. Like, damn, how to, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But yeah. The only thing I say is, man, we gotta stop beating down our legends, man. It's good with constructive criticism, man. You want to see people fight this person, that person, but beating them down to the point that you push them away from the sport, y'all. The longer they fight, the more greatness y'all be able to witness. Like, y'all push people to retire earlier than what they want to because they don't feel appreciated. People feel appreciated, they'll be around until they do lose.
Yeah, but I'm tracking with you on that, but let me tell you this. This is just me. Like, somebody who felt, like, I listen to Gervonta Davis. He don't give a shit no more. He feel like these people have been so toxic towards me on social media, and I was like, I could feel him on that. Terence Crawford didn't really feel appreciated.
No, it ain't with the people. It ain't with the people that's the fans or none of that. It's with the boxing pages and the narratives they push, like the people, the sports analysts and people that saying they have been covering the sports for 20 plus and 10 plus years, them people. That's the reason why the people are like that. If the people weren't like that and wasn't pushing this narrative,
you're talking about like the Coppingers and the Max Kellermans and those guys.
Yeah, and your pages, like the people, the new media, like you part of new media.
Well, I take that as a compliment because I don't
yourself out.
Well, I don't really see myself as a content creator. I'm just a retired guy that likes to talk about boxing and have conversations.
Whether you like it or not, you a part of new media, man.
I'm tracking with you.
And y'all, like people that follow certain people pages, whoever you big up, you gonna see your chat 90% them rocking with them. People you critique and you own, you gonna see your chat going against them, and you see it. I challenge you to this. Do a good video on the people that you critique a lot and on some actual stuff that you believe that they're good on and stuff that you do believe. You know what I'm saying? And watch the comment section, watch your chat, watch they go against you. No, I don't think.
I already been through that. Man, I lost so much of my goddamn channel because people wanted me. So you must not really know my channel, man. I know who I think you are, but you may not be. When Claressa called in, people wanted me to disrespect. I didn't do that. People wanted me to do certain things. Shit went haywire over here. And I'm like, what y'all want me to do? I'm not going to disrespect her. She called it in my show. I'm going to treat her with respect and have a conversation. And shit went haywire. And then I just remained consistent. I didn't go and disrespect her. And things start to, catch back on. But the thing with Claressa Shields, but no, what you're saying is 100% right. I saw what can happen when you don't do anything and people just, they perceive it as you doing something. So I can only imagine if you intentionally do something like that, how the people will react. But I can tell you this with Claressa. Look, you don't think she a little bit different because of how much drama she puts out there on social media, how she always stirring the pot? You don't think she creates some of her own misery, man?
So if you look at it, as soon as she came in, like her back was against the wall. You got to think about it. She brought women boxing to a new height it never seen before. Then they give other people credit. You know what I'm saying? They always looking for something. This person beat you in amateurs. She like, huh? Like, what is we talking about amateurs for? Was it? Or you can't knock this person out, and you only got 3 knockouts. Yeah, you beat them, but we want you to go down to 140 and dang near lose your life to go fight these people, because we know that if they just lean on you, you gonna pass out. Like they be saying unrealistic type of shit. That shit that I don't even get. Like, it makes no sense. No. Like, of course, your back gonna be against the wall. First, the boxing world against her, and then on top of that, now she got a whole different type of fan base against her. What's the name? As far as her relationship, we know, like, I mean, you could say she brought that on her because of what she, you know what I'm saying, who she chose to get in a relationship with, but I mean, it is what it is. That's, if you want to say, that's the only thing she brought against herself, but nah. Everything else is like, I see the plot that's going against her. Jake Paul, he only signs Amanda to go against Claressa because Claressa didn't want to fight on his undercard. So then he tried to act like he was promoting female boxing. Come on, man, stop it. Now, then you start signing more and more females, because then you start seeing like, oh shit, I need to write some of this money off. Let me dump it into this. What's the name? And you let what's the other dude name that he in business with? Him and who? What's the dude name?
Nikisa.
Yeah, he's really running the show. Like, let's be real.
Yeah,
Jake,
I know. You could tell.
Yeah.
Tell the way it's running and the way the deals they're getting and everything. I think Jake Paul's name is a lot of the leverage, but that guy's the brains behind the operation.
Exactly. But this is what you're going to see. You're going to see them girls go to ESPN and fail. I wish they didn't, but this was going to happen. They're going to go to ESPN and fail, right? And then you're going to see Jake Paul do a card with somebody, and he going to put them on the undercard, about 2 more fights, and keep pumping them up, try to pump them up again. And as soon as he not fighting, or they not fighting under his undercard, they going to be inflated and go back to their real numbers, 100,000 viewers. Like, nobody's watching them.
I tell you what, man, now when we sitting here talking, man, you ain't had no unnatural pauses, nothing. You flowing, man. So that tell me that you know a whole lot about boxing. Probably been around the sport for quite some time, man. Probably retired recently and shit. But I'm gonna say this right here, man. You bring up some really interesting points. Yo, man, we could keep cooking because everybody in the chat, these numbers, they've gone up. But they ain't dipped. People are sitting here listening to you, so you have an ability to command attention because you're here dropping jewels. But it's interesting though, man. You know, you pro Claressa 100%. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But I'm listening. I'm listening to what you said. But I'm listening to what you're saying too. You pulling from some experience too, because you don't just know this shit from reading.
Of this era is 3 people: Shakur, Terence, Claressa.
What about Keyshawn?
He still
on his way.
Have to prove himself. Yeah. If he keep his head on, then he'll be able. That'll be like the four Stooges instead of the 3. But he's still, you know what I'm saying? He's not there yet. You can't put him in the same boat as Shakur. What's the name? And even though he can be. But you can't put him there yet because his discipline not all the way there. He's still like a firecracker.
Yeah, I see him out there sparring a bunch of people and having fun and doing.
Oh no, that's good work. That's good work. That's raising his profile.
Right.
Like you want to do stuff like that.
Right. Well, let me. What was I about to ask you? Oh, let me ask you this. This is what I want to know. When it comes to that crew y'all got, man, the training. What the hell is the training to where Keyshawn can look like a machine from the first second of the first round to the last second of the last round? Shakir looked like a beast against Teal. He looked really good against Zepeda, but that shit against Teal was next level. That shit that happened with Canelo. But I don't know. Do you know how many videos I did on Canelo and Crawford? You know, I did like 200 videos. I broke all that shit down.
Hard work and dedication. See, that's the thing. Bud, he wouldn't have retired either if y'all pushed him away from the sport. He would have went down to 160 and
fought Adamus and the boys, Janabek and all them boys. But I'm glad Janabek just tested positive for that shit. But yeah, I think Crawford would have still got him anyway, man.
He would have needed all that.
Yeah.
Still wouldn't have helped.
I don't think it would have helped, man. Crawford is one of them special guys. You on point. You know you on point and shit. You know what I'm saying? But what is it? Is it people? Because people say, "Oh, it's snack." What's the deal with snack? Because I'm like, well, ain't nobody tested positive for no shit. We know Victor Conte, may he rest in peace. We know that he had that history in the past, but Devin Haney, everybody looked like machines, man. And I understand functional mass, I understand the diet, training, I understand everything. But with Snack,
sports science and hard work, dedication, iron sharpen iron.
Right.
That's all it is.
Because I tell you what, this is what we were talking. We were saying that basically Claressa got the Avengers, like y'all like the Fantastic Four and Five, because she has intelligence from Andre Ward, Crawford, Keyshawn, Shakir. I think maybe even Mayweather and Roy Jones may chime in every now and then. But when you got them kind of people who support you, you can't help but benefit from maybe some of their resources, some of their wisdom, what they impart to you, to where now you can incorporate that into what your routine to come out big and better. And I'll be honest, I ain't never seen Claressa look in that kind of shape like she was for the Franchon fight. And I remember saying, I said, that right there is Crawford and Shakir and them boys. That physique, she must have benchmarked what they're doing, and it showed. It paid off big time. You know what I'm saying? So it's just amazing to see how that works across all of the people in that same kind of fraternity. You know what I'm saying? And it's not a secret, obviously. It ain't no secret.
She not going to get beat by no girls, because all she do is spar dudes, and that's where the confidence come, where she think that she could beat a male come from. Like, all she do is spar dudes. It's just like the girls that be at the basketball court and they play with nothing but dudes, and then they go play the girls. They shake them off.
That's a good point. That's a good point, man. That's a good point. But I already kind of had a good understanding when you're sparring a lot of dudes, but when she says she'll beat someone like Rolly, I mean, come on now. You know she ain't gonna knock out and beat no damn Rolly. Rolly,
and not knockout. She never said knockout.
But she ain't beating no Rolly, man. I mean, you think she'll beat Rolly? Okay, you think she beat Rolly? You think she beat Thurman? You think she beat Porter?
If Rolly come in at 140, she come in at 170. What? It ain't a fight.
I think Claressa can fight a man 100%. I just think with Rolly, it'll be interesting because of her speed and everything, but I just think Rolly catches up to her and it's over.
No, that's my point. It'll be interesting. We don't know what will happen.
So what about Sean Porter? What about Keith Thurman? You think?
Come on, man. Stop it. Come on, man.
She said. That's what she said.
Where? I got to see that. I haven't seen them clips.
Yeah, that Sean Porter shit, I said, hold your horses, let's not take it to the stupid. And then with Keith Thurman, I was like, all right, now, she just out here talking crazy. Even this Keith Thurman, you know what I mean? Mr. Sometime Keith Thurman. That goddamn lateral movement and that power, you know what would have been a good fight, seeing Keith Thurman and Terence Crawford. Why Terence Crawford duck Keith Thurman?
You think you say what?
Why did Terence Crawford, man, duck Keith Thurman?
Man, stop it.
So it was a money thing? Keith Thurman wanted too much money?
Man, you see where he at right now. He's finna lose to Fandor.
Oh shit, you got Fandor beating Thurman? That's an interesting fight, man. That's an interesting fight. If Fandor fights long, Fandor should be able to get himself a decision. But if he come in there and compromise his reach and all the natural advantages he has and starts fighting different from how he fought Tim Tszyu, then he's going to give Keith Thurman some opportunities that he just can't afford to let Keith Thurman land on him.
Keith lost the Pacquiao. You know what Bud would have did to Pacquiao?
Yeah, I know what Bud. Yeah, I know. That's why. And even Bob Arum knew when he said he basically was saving Pacquiao's life and shit. I 100% believe. See, this is the thing about a guy like Crawford. Because they got some people out here, but they will fight you over Terence Crawford. They love him so much. I love boxing, so I'm trying to be fair to everyone. But I watch Crawford. I'm like, he just the distance, the timing, making the reads, and it ain't even about going into the phone booth and turning into southpaw man. He just was a step ahead of everybody, and the reaction time was on point. And people who didn't, there's some people who weren't convinced just how great Crawford was till they watched the Canelo fight. It's like Crawford knew everything Canelo was going to do before he did it. catching, shooting, blocking. That shit was crazy, like a video game. It's like
greatness.
Yeah, man. And that's just being real. Like me watching that Canelo fight, because you know we coming off the Majima fight. Crawford won. He was able to up it in every round in a tough fight, but he won. You know, clearly won. But that shit wasn't easy. So going against Canelo, at first I was like, Canelo may get him. But then I started doing my research, and I was like halfway through my videos. I did like over 200 videos. I was like, Crawford gonna get him. And they got mad at me on the channel. Oh, you flip-flopping. I'm like, say what you want, motherfucker. Crawford gonna beat him. And this is why. And I broke it all down. And then when you went, when Crawford went in there and won the fight, they were like, how'd you know? I'm like, bro, man, you could just look and understand what Crawford's doing in training. And you know what really got me? Was the functional mass. Understanding functional mass. Because I used to box and shit, but I used to lift weights too. I know what functional mass is. You look at the NBA players like Giannis and them guys when they first came, skinny as shit. They start going through that training, putting on that functional mass. They're faster than ever, stronger than ever, more explosive than ever. I'm like, Crawford is doing that? I'm like, oh, it's over. It's over for Canelo. And when he got in there, you saw that. I was like, that shit's amazing. Amazing. So, you know, I wasn't surprised that Crawford did the business, you know what I'm saying, at all. At all. But you know what's sad? You know what's sad is that Crawford, when he was in his prime, he didn't get all them fights for them guys over at PBC. You know what I'm saying? That's the only.
They was ducking and
running.
Yeah,
I know.
They were behind Al Heyman. Them Al Heyman kids.
They made it very, very. They made it impossible. And then when Bob Arum started doing his shit, you know, I'm hemorrhaging money. I could have bought a house in Calabasas and all that. I said, that's horrible to talk like that about this man. You know what I'm saying? But it all ended up. Do you feel like everything worked out for Crawford? Or do you feel like there was still more, but he's satisfied with the way his career ended?
Yeah, you see how everything went, didn't you?
Yeah. When getting the type of money you made towards the end is probably made up for everything that you didn't get in your career. And you know you made good money and you have investments. You got your shit together. But yeah, 100%. 100%.
You can't ask for nothing better.
Yep, 100%. Do you think 150? Do you think 150 million could get him out of retirement? 200 million? He's done.
Nah.
Yeah.
See, it's certain people, once they say they done. Money can't bring them back.
Right.
Money can't bring them back. Money, when you made a lot of money, and you good with your money, you don't need more money.
Right. No, I know.
Some people, they run out of money, and you see them back in the ring after they announce retirement.
Yeah. Hey, man, are you a subscriber to my channel? I don't even know what to call you, man.
I'll be seeing you pop up now and then.
Yeah. Have you ever watched any videos I did on Bud Crawford? Did you follow any of that series on Canelo?
No, I just ran across you, I'd say, what, like a month ago, 2, something like that.
Yeah. Well, you know, I try to be fair to everybody. We have a good sense of humor over here, man. But, you know what's crazy is I put out so many videos because I'm retired, you know what I'm saying? And I understand.
Retired from what?
The Air Force. I did 25 years in the Air Force.
Oh, man. I thought you wanted to spar or something.
You know, one thing for sure, I would come out there and spar with you, man. I would, man. It'd be fun, man, just to have that experience because I used to box, man. I had like 10 amateur fights. Then I was in the military, so I fought in smokers and shit. And I was always training. And one thing is, I would love the opportunity to get in there and do that, man. But one thing for me, when you talk about doing your money right and not having to work, I understand that. Because, man, I retired in 2019. Man, I ain't never returned to work. But I started planning since I was 19. I just turned 50. So I totally agree 100%. And when it comes to Crawford and the money and investments and real estate and being smart, people are like, oh, he's cheap. I laugh like, they should say the same thing about me. Like, I ain't spending nothing on nothing. You know what I'm saying? It got to make sense. So I have a lot of respect for Crawford. And I feel sometimes people don't really know, they don't really understand this man and the way he operates and the mind and mentality that it takes to do what he did in the sport, but also to have them boys and them kids. You got a couple of daughters, to see them kids doing good in athletics and keeping the family tight. There's a whole lot of layers of Terence Crawford that I think people just want to talk. They don't talk about enough of the positive shit. They try to always talk about bring it towards something more negative, you know, and I don't like that. Give that man his credit. There's all fighters deserve credit, but there's one boxer in particular, man, who deserves a whole lot of credit to persevere through the bullshit. Because you can't tell me there weren't times where Crawford didn't want to quit this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can't. The things you want that ain't happening, that shit can be a deterrent. But somehow that man stuck to his shit with his solid team, Mack and them other guys. And look what he was able to accomplish.
It be y'all. I told you it be y'all. Y'all, new media. Y'all push away the legends.
Yeah, I bet that shit could be exhausting. You keep saying y'all, man. I may have to come out there, man, and do 2-3 rounds with you.
Media, man. you can't stand to the side and take yourself out of it. You were part of it too.
Yeah, I'm tracking with you, man. I'm tracking with you. Outstanding. So what the hell you doing up so late anyway?
It's not late. 2 a.m. late to you?
Man, I got 4 kids and boys be in school. They're on spring break right now, so we chilling. My little man, he's 8. He over there on the couch in my office. He like my shadow, man. He know when they on the weekend or they like on holidays. He knows I go live at 9 o'clock, and he come and jump on his little couch. He got his iPad, his headphones, his water and shit. Give me the thumbs up, and he just rocks out with me, man. But during the week, sometimes I'm all right, because I'll go to bed like 2:30, get up like 5:30, get my sons off to school, and then come back, go jogging. I'll go live while I'm jogging, and then get myself together, and then I may rest a little bit, you know, but I'm just wired a kind of way from all them years in the goddamn military, you know. I can't just sit around and do nothing. I got to be doing something, man. But now, 2 o'clock, it can be late for my ass. It depends, you know, but it just depends.
Yeah, before we get off the phone, who you want Shakur to fight? Who you think he should fight next?
I want him to fight Ryan Garcia or Devin Haney. Oh, and you know what? Let me say this. I would have loved to see him. Let me not get too emotional, because now you done asked me a question and got me all worked up and shit. That goddamn Conor Ben. He was out there just disrespected. The only one he showed respect to is you. Everyone else, disrespect.
Then signed to Zuffa.
Yeah. I'm like, at first I was like, okay, he went and got his money. I understand that. But it's like Eddie Hearn and them, they covered his ass with that clomiphene shit. They covered his ass. Now, was he guilty or not? Yeah, I don't know. All I know is they put their reputation on the line. They put everything on the line and covered his ass. So if he did want to go to Zuffa for that $15 million, which I could understand, because it's like I went to a briefing before I got out of the military. They said, yo, when you go to these companies, when they want to fire your ass, they don't think about your families. So you do what's best for you. So when I saw him make that move, I understood it, but I would have at least had a conversation with Eddie Hearn and those guys. But I think Regis Prograis may get him. This coming down to 150. Regis Prograis, last couple of fights, Jojo Diaz and Catterall, he keeping that right hand down. He keep getting hit with the same shots. But I just have a feeling Regis Prograis may get him, because Conor Ben can't fight on the back foot. He can only fight on the front foot. And with Eubank Jr., you saw in the first fight, Eubank Jr. was a dead man walking. He still won. Second fight, he just wasn't able to pull the trigger. It shit was ridiculous what they did to him. But for Conor Ben, I think he got his hands full. But I would have liked to see Shakir get him. I think Shakir would have destroyed him at 147 or 150. 100%.
Shakur definitely beat him, but he gonna beat Regis.
You think he gets him?
Yeah.
But he can't fight up the back. But they're the same height, same reach, everything.
Nah, he might even knock him out. Inactive or whatever. I think he's been inactive. I haven't seen him fight.
You talking about Regis?
Yeah.
Yeah, his last fight was Catterall, and Catterall touched him up and shit. But I think he's getting $5 million for this fight. But I I hope Regis gets him, you know what I'm saying? And I like Conor Ben, but I just don't like the way he handled this whole situation. But, you know, he's going to do what he wants.
They trying to build him up after he called out Shakur. That's all they trying to do. That's why I wish Shakur wouldn't even say nothing back to him. Just worry about everybody else.
Yeah. But I think Shakur would have...
Rolly, easy. Devin Haney, easy.
So, well, I mean, you know, I think Shakur beats all them dudes, man, all right? But I would like to see him, Conor Ben, we already talked about, but that Ryan Garcia fight. But, man, let me ask you a question. Ryan, when he fought Devin, he looked like a different animal. After he fought Devin, he fought Rolly, I don't know who the hell that was. When he fought Barrios, I'm like, what is that got in the ring? So, you think Shakur be comfortable fighting Ryan?
He back.
You know what I'm saying?
He back drinking
the cocktail. Even I was like, what the hell is going on here, man? Crazy.
So if he popped dirty again, you think he should be out of the sport for good?
Yeah, they need to get rid of him, man. I think when guys pop dirty, depending on the circumstances with people, I mean, because I know people have families, man, and, you know, I got a big heart. I'm like, nah, don't kill him and shit. Just give him, punish him, suspend him, fine him. But if he pop dirty again, he need to go, man. That mean the dude just don't care. He already had fast hands. From an amateur, he had speed, he had power. But you come and taking this shit and getting in the ring with people who don't have it, I still think, that's one thing I'm talking about, him and Devin Haney, that's horrible what he did to Devin. I think he took some years off Devin, in my opinion. Took a lot of his confidence, too.
Yeah.
That shit is wrong. Yeah, I think he need to be up out of there.
The only thing I don't like is when they test dirty and they beat a fighter and they be like, "Oh, you lost." That loss don't count.
Yeah, no, I agree with you 100%, man. 100%.
So I could hold you. I could hold you too. If Claressa fight Mayer next, she's not ducking Sedacia, right?
No. We talked about that on the channel. Now, because it's like, you know, if she's trying to have all these fights this year, she can't sit around. And Sedacia's fighting now in April. Claressa's got to fight somebody. You know what I'm saying?
So it's okay after the Mayer fight. If Sedacia hurry up and get in the fight, would you call Sedacia a duck?
So it depends on when Claressa's going to be fighting. But no, I would have to look and see.
Around like July.
Sedacia, April, June, July. Then August, September, probably towards the end of the year. You know what? I don't think Sedacia will be ducking. I think the politics will get involved with Jake Paul and those guys and MVP if they can work with Demetrius Salita, win records. Sedacia already said Claressa can be the A side, but I know Sedacia wants to fight. And I just wonder what's going to happen with the promotional platforms.
So you giving her out then if she could, knowing she going to take some time off?
No. If she takes time off, then I would have to ask her, why are you taking time off? You look like you're putting duck sauce on the fried rice. That's how I joke. That's
Claressa taking some time off.
Claressa taking time off?
That's why she's trying to fight her. She's not fighting her next because the Mayer fight. Right. Then after that, Sedacia supposed to be next, right?
That's what's supposed to happen. Yeah, that should happen.
So Sedacia should keep her schedule open.
I would think so, because Claressa is the mega fight. That's the biggest fight in women's boxing. You know what I'm saying? That's the fight to make.
And you knew I know when she didn't want to fight, when Sedacia didn't want to fight with Claressa, when she wasn't at the fight. When Claressa fought Franchon.
Yeah, I don't know why she wasn't there. I know she was up there training.
She didn't want to fight. All right, man. I'm gonna let you go, man. Just put a little more respect on the legends that's still fighting, man.
Yeah, hey man, I want to tell you, I appreciate you calling in and talking with me, man, for so long, for the last couple of days, man. You call back anytime. Everybody in here's bugging out right now. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people got a lot of respect for you, man, and they appreciate what you do inside the ring, outside the ring, family life, investments, everything. We talk about everything on this channel, so they know all about you. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know when I'm gonna call back in, but yeah, I'm gonna be watching you.
All right. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
All right. That's a trip, huh? We talked to Terence Crawford we were talking to. Isn't that a trip? That's a trip, right? Terence Crawford calling into the show, man. We talked for ain't that a trip? Isn't that a trip, man? It's crazy. That shit is crazy, right? Absolutely crazy, man. That's wild. That's wild. That's wild, man. I'm sitting here bugging right now. You know what I'm saying? That shit's crazy. Crazy. That's cool, though. That's cool. Yeah, he said got him, yeah. Now, that was cool, man. He actually called, man, and we had a conversation, man. I'm actually glad he did, you know, so obviously people know who a champion is, you know what I'm saying?